Well, as home values continue to tumble, more homeowners are deciding to walk away from their mortgages, and some financial planners say it may not be a bad idea. SNN Local News 6 reporter Jessica Jordan's live in the studio. Jessica, goes against everything I've ever heard.
You and a lot of other people, the consequences of walking away from your mortgage are still there, such as the damaged credit score. But these days, defaulting can be the most rational decision in some cases. So we set out to get more information on the options for people who are faced with this decision, whether or not to default on their payments. More and more homeowners are facing the same question. Do I continue to pay the mortgage or default on my home that's continuing to plummet in value?
Most of the people I see are really, they would like to continue making their obligation, making their payment, but they know that if they do that, they're putting their financial future in a deep hole.
Tom Roberts, a local financial planner, sometimes advises homeowners who can barely make their payments to do a strategic default. You can save the money you would have been paying while buying yourself time. In Florida, homeowners have 5 years to catch up on backed mortgage payments to prevent foreclosure. Typically, these late payments would have damaged your credit score for 7 to 10 years. But financial experts say those credit standards may soon change.
Today, I think a few years down the road, we're going to find that people have rebuilt themselves and gone on, and their credit scores will be back up sooner.
If you go through a strategic default, your lender could file a lawsuit against you to collect the difference between what you owe and the value of the home.
A lot of times the mortgage companies wouldn't even talk to you about modifying your mortgage unless they said you were 3 months behind.
Attorney James Kampathakris encourages clients to look at other options instead of walking away from payments. He says by defaulting, you could face consequences when filing your taxes.
If a mortgage company writes off some of the debt and they send you a 1099, you may be responsible for paying taxes on that.
Experts suggest getting a complete evaluation of your finances to determine which option best suits you.
And do it early. Don't wait until you've run down your savings account balances and don't have any room to move anymore.
And the attorney we spoke with says it can also be very, very difficult to buy a home if you've gotten a foreclosure on your record in the past. It can be difficult to move forward and make any major purchases really in the next several years after you do foreclose on your home.
And what are you supposed to do with the money you're saving by not paying your mortgage?
Well, financial experts say set that money aside into an emergency fund that you can use later to start rebuilding your accounts, and also not to use cash, or to use cash, not use the credit cards for the next few months so that you can reestablish yourself, reestablish your credit, and get back on the right foot.
Okay, thank you very much, Jessica.